It is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the commitment to quality and inclusive education worldwide. More than 8,000 children acutely malnourished in Gaza. Welcome to our newsroom. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Government spokesman Mahmoud Ali, His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, traveled to Addis Ababa on June 13, 2024, where he carried a message from the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, addressed to the Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, His Excellency Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali. It was an opportunity to review bilateral issues and the challenges facing our sub-region. The works of the 27th meeting of the Council of the International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA, was held in Abu Dhabi from June 13 to 14, 2024. During this meeting, our country was represented by His Excellency Musa Muhammad Ahmad, Ambassador of Djibouti to the United Arab Emirates and permanent representative to IRENA. This meeting held after UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called for urgent measures to prevent climate breakdown, brought together representatives from 105 countries to discuss crucial issues facing the energy transition system. During this meeting, IRENA members will focus their efforts on examining ways to expand the scope of renewable energy investments and reduce associated risks in order to achieve decarbonization goals and sustainable development. Participants will also discuss opportunity to strengthen partnerships with the private sector institutions and utility companies and explore best practices in the area of energy policy. Planning the Council will also endeavor to facilitate consultation and cooperation among members to review the work program, budget, and annual report of the agency, and to discuss many other relevant administrative and institutional matters. On the second day of the forum, the Minister of National Education, Vocational Training, and his delegation took part in the working breakfast hosted by the Minister of Education of the Russian Federation. At the breakfast, the Russian Minister of Education reiterated the Russian Federation's commitment to developing cooperation between all the countries attending the forum in order to share positive experience and best practices. He also reiterated that the development of every country depends on the development of education and above all, the development of new technologies. The Russian minister also recalled Russia's various achievements in the field of collaboration with the creations of Russian languages training centers. The various ministers from the guest country took it in turn to explain the challenges facing their education system as well as their strengths. Discussions and exchanges over breakfast led to a convergence of views on key issues and approaches to new challenges in the field of education, and the following points were retained: organizing events such as Olympiad of Discipline and Trades, ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education, and the promotions of lifelong learning for all, creating the conditions for the fulfillment and development of early childhood, preserving the historical and cultural heritage, and shaping the historical memory of the younger generations, accelerating the adoptions of information and communication technology to meet the challenges of tomorrow, setting the theme for the next forum. A forum declaration was signed by the Russian Minister of Education, Sergei Kravtsov, and the heads of delegations from a number of countries, including Djibouti, Niger, Chad, Central African Republic, Benin, many others in Asia and Latin America. The initiative aims to provide high-quality, equitable education for the citizens of each country and to improve learning outcomes. The creative industry are one of the most dynamic sectors of the global economy, and artificial intelligence is having a significant impact on various areas of life. The declaration stresses This non-binding declaration encourages signatory countries to develop effective, resilient, and efficient education policy. It also encourages individual countries to set up cooperative ventures that meet the needs of their national education systems. Also on the sidelines of the second education forum held from June 10 to 11 in Kazan, capital of Tarstan region, the Minister of National Education Vocational Training, accompanied by ministry officials and the representative of the Djibouti Embassy in Russia, visited several general and technical education establishments. During the visit, the various members of the delegation exchanged views with the school heads on curricula, teaching method, and didactic and pedagogical tools. The tour began with a visit to the International School of Kazan, a private school with a total employment of 180 pupils from primary to secondary level. The International School of Kazan is an accredited international baccalaureate programs. The school also emphasized innovation and creativity. During this visit, the Minister of Education proposed twinings with the Djibouti School of Excellence to enable young people to share not only their teaching experiences but also their cultures. The Minister continued with a visit to the Kazan Radio Mechanics Technical High School. The school offers 3 to 5 years course in 7 different disciplines. During the visit, the delegation was able to observe the equipment in the various workshops, including electromechanics, electronics, and robotics. This technical high school is equipped with the modern facilities, enabling its apprentices to receive the skills essential to the region's job market. The school provides young apprentices with the 3D production room to encourage creativity and innovation. A public school with more than 4,000 students. The complex covers all 3 levels of education from primary, secondary. Teaching is in several languages: Russian, English, Chinese. The school has several sports halls and a swimming pool to enable students to showcase their talents in sport. Art is also promoted to enhance the personal development of the students. The final visit was to the IT Lyceum boarding schools of Kazan Federal University. The graduation ceremony from the International School of Africa of Djibouti, under the patronage of the Ministry of National Education, the International School of Africa of Djibouti organized in the Grand Hotel Ayla a farewell ceremony to the students of the first promotions of the class of final years, as well as the closing of activities for the 2023-2024 school year. During this ceremony, participants were able to appreciate the remarkable performance to the folk dance group, which animated the room with the sustained rhythms of our tradition. The International School of Africa of Djibouti offers high-quality educational services, thereby contributing to meeting the needs of Djibouti society. The historic moment of this ceremony was the presentation of a diploma to the laureate. During this celebration, the school honored the graduates by awarding them with the certificate of appreciation. It should be noted that the 12 grad students of the International School of Africa of Djibouti celebrated their victory during an international competition held in Dubai on April 23, 2024. These students had with the honor of proudly representing the Republic of Djibouti. These students will continue their university studies in Canada next year. These students are all part of the Model United Nations programs, which aims to develop students' minds and perspectives, preparing them for active participation in a complex and interconnected world by engaging in diplomatic debates. The crowd of pilgrims from the Holy Mosque of Allah have been flocking since sunrise of this Friday morning, the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, to the Mina desert regions east of Mecca, to begin the largest journey of the faith among the Muslims of the world, in which more than 2 million pilgrims embark with desires, tears, hopes, takbir. They also pray the 5 daily prayers at Mina, shortened without a congregation, and spend the night there before heading to Upper Arafat after sunrise on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah. Mina is famous for the important monument of Hajj, notably the three pillars on which pilgrims throw stone at Jamarat, which are represented by Jamarat al-Aqaba on the 10th days of Dhul Hijjah and the Jamarat on the 3 days of the Tashriq on 11, 12, and 13 days of Dhul Hijjah. The president of the Hajj mission, Mr. Ismail Hassan, stressed that this first stage took place successfully and that he hopes that things will proceed in the same way in the next stages. The Conference of State Parties meets in New York to strengthen the rights of people with disability. Hundreds of experts, representatives of member states, and disability rights activists gathered at the United Nations headquarters on Wednesday for the opening of the 5th Conference of State Parties to the Conventions on the Rights of Persons with Disability, which this year focuses on inclusive development, accessibility, technology, and children. INPC General Manager Dual Saeed Mahmoud, accompanied by strong delegations, represented our countries at the conference. After the opening of the conference, he took part in the vote to renew the membership of the United Nations Committee on the Rights of Persons with Disability. During the conference, the Director General of the INPH gave an important speech. First of all, Mr. Douali emphasized that it is an honor to represent the Republic of Djibouti at this conference on the rights of disabled people. Our commitment to these rights is exemplified by the ratifications of the Conventions on the Rights of Persons with Disability on January 10, 2010, under the leadership of His Excellency the President Ismail Omar Guelleh. The General Director of INPH, Douali Saeed, said that the inclusion of people with disability is at the heart of the National Development Plan 2022, 2020-2024. The creation of the National Agency for People with Disability in 2018 marks a key step forward, strengthening policies and actions in the favor of people with disability. In 2019, a national survey revealed that Djibouti has 85,000 people with disability. To meet their needs, and we developed the National Disability Strategy 2021-2025 and a 10-year strategy for inclusion. The Djibouti delegation is with the support of the permanent mission of the Djibouti to the United Nations meet with the Canadian delegations led by Ms. Lorraine Pelot, representative of the Canadian Ministry of Employment and Social Development. Discussions focused on the implementations of disability strategies and action plans, highlighting the successes and challenges faced by both nations. During the meeting, both parties shared their experience in involving civil society in the development and implementations of inclusive policy for people with disability. The importance of engaging non-governmental players was highlighted as a crucial lever for the success of disability initiative. The exchanges laid the foundations of the future joint, accompanied by the the head of the Directorate General, focusing on the issues of discussion is focused on the exchanges of best practices and capacity building. To the Djibouti delegation, the Djibouti delegation thanked the Canadian minister for her availability and said that integrations of people with disability in all aspects of society. The National Agency for the Promotion of Culture, in partnership with the author Bulhan Yassin Bulhan, organized an enriching presentations of the book Les Arts Anciens, les peuples au sud-est des Vallées du Nil. The event brought together a large number of cultural enthusiasts, highlighting the importance of the intangible cultural heritage of the Horn of Africa. The presentation, enthusiastically received by the audience, highlighted the artistic wealth of this intangible cultural heritage, the ancestral forms of expression described with the precision and patience in Bulhan Yassin Bulhan's book, captivating the audience. Sumad are not simply works of art, but profound expressions of our history and traditions. Through this book, I hope readers can feel the same admirations and respect I have for this culture, said Yasin Bulhan at the event. Participants, including researchers, students, and culture lovers, expressed their admiration for Yasin Bulhan works. The discussions that followed the presentation were lively, enriching, providing a platform for exchanging ideas and deepening understandings of Sumad and its cultural context. For his part, the General Director of the INPC, Mohammed Hussein Douali, said that this event not only celebrates an important literary work but also reinforces the recognition and valorization of intangible cultural heritage that's contributing to the preservation and promotion of these artistic traditions of the Horn of Africa. The author shared the extract from his book explaining the meaning and history of Sumad as well as their role in culture. His reactions underlined how these arts are passed down from generation to generation, are living witnesses to the identity and cultural heritage of this community. As usual, among the day's highlights was the second evening of the competitions for the Jeep Talent young candidates of the flagship Jeep Talent programs, which takes place every Thursday evening in RTD's digital studio, with the young quarters final winning artists who competed last night in the semi-finals. Last night, the young females and male artists competed in the second semi-finals at RTD's digital studio in front of the juries and their fans who came from all over the world to support them and honor them with their presence, encouraging and stimulating the motivations of each candidate. The musicians were clearly not disappointed by the on-stage performance, and the candidates they helped and accompanied over the last few days of the week. The fine on-stage performance of the winning candidates and the various songs they chose sung left the large audience transported.
Monsieur le Président, Président de la République, avec la Wahala. Monsieur le père de la paix et de l'unité nationale, c'est tout belle de la jeunesse. Monsieur le Président, Président de la République, avec la Wahala.
For the semi-finalists, the winners of this night for the Dakhil region is honored by the young artist Medina Loita, breaking the record with a score of 18.8 to 20, and for Somali, Muhammad with a score of 15.5 to 20, and finally Nawar from the Arab group won the second evening of the semi-final with a score of 15. The Werima Sub-Prefecture celebrates World Environment Day 2024 on the theme of land restoration, desertification. In the Tajora region, land restoration, desertification, and drought resilience. The event brought together the Werima Sub-Prefect Muhammad Hassan, the Regional Council Vice President Abdul Umar, Agro-Pastoralists Customary Chief and Local Association organized by the Ministry of Environment in collaboration with the Paris Association. The event aimed to raise awareness in rural communities. Activities included awareness raising workshop and a place for everyone involved in preserving and protecting the environment. Restoration brings degraded land back to life, fight desertification, and reduce vulnerability. Also, screening on waters and soil conservation methods, songs restoring our lands, fighting desertification and drought to build a greener future, a more sustainable and prosperous environment for all generations. It was in a festive and emotional atmosphere that the Mudan Associations brought to a close its Women's Empowerment Project initiated in December 2023, the event, which brought together project beneficiaries, association members, local authorities, and partners, was an opportunity to celebrate the remarkable achievement of the women of Abaitu and to highlight the positive impact the project has had on their lives. Over a 6 months period, the project enabled the women of Abaitu to develop their entrepreneurial skills, acquire knowledge in farm management, and engage in income-generating activities, training courses, workshops, and mentoring sessions were organized to support the women in their empowerment journey. The results of the project are more than encouraging. Many women have benefited from agricultural plot, while others have strengthened their farming activities. The results has been improved skills and living conditions for the families concerned. The closing ceremony was an opportunity on the leaders of the Mudan Association to reaffirm their commitment to supporting women's empowerment in Abaitu. They also called on local authorities and partners to multiply their efforts in favor of gender equality and women's empowerment. The Mudan Association's Women's Empowerment Project is a real success history, demonstrating the immense potential of the women of Abaitu. It is an inspiring model for other initiatives to promote women's empowerment and gender equality in the region. 4 months ago, the Djibouti Coast Guard embarked on an ambitious project to renovate and embellish the Flag Mountain in Ali Sabih, a historic and emblematic site in the town of Ali Sabih. This site, dear to the heart of Djiboutians, is being transformed to restore its former glory. The work, which is taking place day and night, aims to redesign the mountain with a new look featuring 2 flags with the national emblems at their center, and which, once completed, will also be illuminated at night. This project is the fruit of close coordinated collaboration between the Coast Guard commander and the officials of the Ali Sabih region. On June 12, 2024, Colonel Wais Omar Bogorre, commander of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, and the president of the Ali Sabih Regional Council, the prefect of the Ali Sabih, Mr. Abdul Malik Mohammed Banoita, visited the site to assess the progress of the work, which is nearing completion. The visit was also an opportunity to underline the importance of this project in the run-up to June 27, 2024, the symbolic date of the national independence. The commander of the Djibouti Coast Guard expressed his satisfaction at the progress made and praised the commitment and dedications of the officers involved in the project. We are proud to bring this emblematic site back to life. Flag Mountain is a symbol of our national history and identity. Its renovation is proof of our commitment to preserving our heritage and celebrating our independence. He declared. Officials from the Ali Sabih region also expressed their gratitude to the Djiboutian Coast Guard for their hard work and cooperation. They stressed to this project strengthen the ties between the security forces and the local community while contributing to the enhancement of the national heritage.
hablihii cabaadhyada lahaa gaclihii cunaabiga xidhnaa ilka dabar casaana aan lahaa camal sami xishoodka uu lahaa ayay cali sabiix dhedhecaan ku tahay hablihii cabaadhyada lahaa gaclihii cunaabiga xidhnaa ilka dabar casaana.
The IGCD Youth Association of Chateau d'Eau from Ali Sabih inaugurated a local area and launched a new project to promote the values of Olympism in the Ali Sabih region. The land was financed by the PISCA 2023 fund to the tune of 7 million Djibouti francs, while the new promotions of Olympic values in the Ali Sabih region is intervenes within the framework of the 2024 funds, French teams funds. With the fundings of 9 million Djibouti francs, the delegation from the French embassy was composed of the Cooperation and Cultural Actions Advisor and Director of the French Institute of Djibouti, Mr. Eric Chevreux, and the cooperation attaché and assistance to the cooperations and action advisors cultural Ms. Malika El Dahbi. Upon their arrival, the delegation from the French embassy was received by the prefect of the region, Abdul Malik Mohamed Bonoita, in his residence, the president of the regional council, the deputy Hassan Omar Obsiye, and the director of the sport, the deputy director of the sport, Mr. Ahmed Musa Obsiye, the founding president of the IGCD, Hajj Hussein Hassan Darar, took part in this welcome meeting and exchange. Then the president of the IGCD led the delegation to the file for the inauguration ceremony and the launch of the new project. It should be noted that the new local and built by the IGCD with the financial support of the French embassy was named Terrain Hajj Hassan Darar Miguel Danache in to the great servant of the state originally from Chateau d'Eau Barroso, the fathers of the founding president of the IGCD. Yesterday evening, the United Brothers Association of Dumeira City organized a gala football match at the Roi Fahad King Fahad Sports Complex. This match had the noble objectives of commemorating the independence of Djibouti as well as paying tribute to the martyrs who fell for the cause. The match pitted the Kakbank team against that of Dumeira. The meeting was won by the Kakbank, which was able to win despite the determinations of the Dumeira team. The public who came in large numbers witnessed a quality show animated by passionate and dynamic playing among the personalities present, Colonel Ibrahim Zakaria, Sheikh Ibrahim, and Captain Muhammad Amin Muhammad honored the event with their presence. It should be also noted that the Director of Sports of the State Secretariat for Sports, Ms. Farhia Ibrahim, was also present. For the international scene, the World Health Organization revealed on Wednesday that more than 8,000 children under the age of 5 were treated for acute malnutrition in the Gaza Strip, and 28 of them died. Faced with these situations, WHO and its partners have tried to strengthen nutrition services in the Gaza Strip, explained Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus during a press briefing in Geneva on Thursday. The head of the WHO also insisted on the growing health crisis affecting the occupied West Bank. Since October 7, the World Health Organization has recorded 480 attacks against healthcare services, which left 16 dead and 95 injured in the Palestinian territory. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.